You're making like significant steps to help someone in their life, and that's a good feeling. We were all about taking advice off people at the start. We dropped our ego, and I think that's our biggest investment as a business, probably. And you need that sort of credibility, having these badges at the bottom of your website. And
24. What would your advice be to other 24 or 20-year-olds looking to start a business?
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Business on the Move. Today we are joined by Callum Hutchinson, brand new business operating in Stirling in Scotland. Started 6 months ago, and it is a team of 3 with an extra 2 staff, so 3 people within the business. Pleasure to have you on, mate. Thank you for making the trip here. Rob is going to ask a business question.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Callum, mate.
Thank you.
Welcome to 2026. My business question, obviously you're a young entrepreneur, only 24. 24. What would your advice be to other 24 or 20-year-olds looking to start a business?
Good question.
well, about 10 months ago really, I was quite, not lost, but I was travelling. I didn't really have a plan. I was like, this is my life, but I was always quite subconscious, what am I going to do after travelling? So it came to, I was in New Zealand actually, we were about to go travelling in Southeast Asia, and I was loving my time in Southeast Asia, but 3 months in, I was like, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
I was with my partner at the time, nothing against her, lovely girl, but I was thinking, I want to go home and do something. And prior to that, the only thing I'd done was 2 years at uni, and I dropped out of uni. And I was like, that wasn't for me either. I was like, no, I want to go and do something. I've always been quite entrepreneurial. So the advice I would give is just go and do it. I came back and I had a plan with Jordan and Dean, my 2 business partners now. Great guys, would not want to start it with anyone else. Phoned them up when I was in the Philippines and said, how do you feel about giving this a go? And Jordan had a brilliant job in finance, brilliant salary, brilliant car. He's got a family behind him. He's got a 2-year-old.
Oh, wow.
So he was like, yeah, you know what, I'm ready for a career change. And for someone at that age to want to do that is quite rare. So we just said, let's give it a go. Came back and put everything into it, absolutely everything. And it's just went from strength to strength. And I think that just purely came, to answer your question, just came from inner desire and inner belief to go and do something. And it's not rocket science really, is it? You go out and put the hours in and put the work in, and the rewards will usually come. So it's just been hard work.
Action, isn't it?
Just action. And a lot of 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds especially, they think, how'd you do that? I'd never be able to do that. Anyone can do it. Like, I'm sure you've got your stories when you were young lads thinking, what am I going to do? But you just need to go and do it. A lot of people are scared to take that step out into the real world.
I think it's like a lot of people think about starting a business and thinking and plan it too much, but you don't learn until you're actually in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how did it look like then when you started? Because I'm interested in how did it look like the first day or
Can I just quickly ask, just before this question, did you decide removals company in Philippines, or was it just a business?
No, it's a very good question, because I was a bit all over the place. I was like, what do I want to do? So I went onto Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I just looked at, I literally typed in man with a van. I was like, easy way to make money when I get home. Never wanted to be a man with a van at all. I had too much inner pride to do that. Nothing against it, but it's not where I wanted to go. And then I seen this company, it was called Rapid Removals Glasgow, and they were selling, and we tried to buy it basically. We tried to get money together to buy that business. It was like £5,000 they wanted, and I seen, all right, brilliant, you get all of his uniform, his social medias, and his website, and that was pretty much it. But I was thinking, that's an existing foundation. He had 47 5-star reviews on his Facebook. Okay. He didn't have a Google page or anything, but I was thinking, that's what I want to do, let's do that. We'll buy a van and go for it, and they were happy with it. And then that idea soon changed. It was like, we'll hire a van, less cost, less upkeep. They'll take care of that, and we'll just go out and do the odd jobs. And that was it, really. I phoned them. They were on board with it. They were like, let's do it. And then within about 4 or 5 conversations, we'd already scaled the business in our heads as if we were actually in the business. Like, this is where we're actually at, without even lifting a finger. I hadn't even booked my flight home. So it was a bit of a funny one. So that was it, just a bit of Facebook Marketplace research.
Okay, so you went onto Facebook Marketplace, typed a man in a van, and then just ran with it. And what happened with this other Rapid Removals then?
So Dean, my business partner now, went to his house actually. He was going to do the transfer over and stuff. And he went over and he said he was having problems logging into his Facebook. to transfer it over. So I was like, alarm bells ringing already. I was like, what's going to happen here? And then he phoned me later on that night. There was a time difference and stuff. And he was like, I'll get it transferred over in the week. Nothing happened, basically. And when I was starting up, I wanted everything done yesterday. I wanted the plan in place. I was quite impatient. And I'm usually a patient person, but when it comes to business, I'm wanting things just to be done and done right as well. So he kept on stalling, and then he said he's shutting the business down. So I thought, Rapid Removals Glasgow, you're kind of closing yourself off there just to one area, to Glasgow. So that's when I spoke to Dean and Jordan, and we decided on Rapid Removals Scotland, and that was our name. And it just popped right away, and Jordan looked at logos, I looked at logos, and we came together with them and decided on the logo and whatever, the branding. And yeah, we had all the plans in place again just from that.
Nice, mate.
And then how did you get your first move?
So it was a bit of a funny one. So like I said, Dean, I said before the podcast, Dean loves going out and speaking to people, and he's brilliant at it. So we went out one night and we were in the car, and I didn't want to get out of the car at first. I was like, I'll just sit in the car, you can go to the door. He was like, okay, I'll go to the door.
I love this.
And it was a big lovely house actually, in like the posh area of where we live.
Yeah.
He goes to the door and they're like, oh yeah, we're moving in 2 weeks. We've not found anyone yet, we'll be in touch. So I end up going round to the survey and like 2 days after. So we do the follow-up and stuff. And I go around and I'm telling them, yeah, we'll do everything in cupboards, just leave it in the cupboard. Leave everything. We'll take care of absolutely everything. Yeah. We only had one hire van at this point, and I'm thinking, so we'd hired the van, I'm thinking, oh, brilliant, we'll be able to do it. Like, that's one van easily. Jordan will be able to dismantle it because Jordan's brilliant at dismantling thing. Honestly, it was the worst thing I ever done, but for learning, like, we learned very quickly after that, but that was the first move, just him going to the door. And then us just overselling ourselves and underpricing ourselves.
How many vans was it in the end?
5 trips in the one van. So
is that what house was it? 5 bed or
so?
Something?
No, it was deceiving because it was like tall ceiling apartment, beautiful apartment, like Victorian, and they just had so much stuff in drawers and things, and like you don't really look at that when you're looking at a quote. When you're going to do a quote, you're just thinking, 2 wardrobes, a bed, whatever.
Especially your first quote, you don't look for that, do you?
Yeah, and they must have had about 10 cupboards full of china in the kitchen. And we've not got any wrapping paper or anything. So, like, Jordan's away at the shop to get newspapers to wrap things up and stuff. And I was like, but from there...
Where did they live for 5? Must have moved closer.
Yeah. So did they move? Moving from the bottom of the hill of the posh bit to the top of the hill.
Oh, okay.
So just a posher part. And I always remember it got to 12 o'clock and I said to the lady, I was like, we'll be about an hour and then we'll be out. We didn't leave the house until 11 o'clock the next morning. So we had to go back and forth. But we, to be fair, we've always been honest. Like, we were honest with them and said the situation, whatever, and they were cool with that. And then we just sat down after that and we had too much pride. Jordan was like, I've left a good job. Like, you're too intelligent for this to happen. If you want this to work, this is how it's going to work. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm quite a quick learner, and from there to now, like I say, I could go into a 6-bedroom house and tell you how many vans that I would need for that job.
Yeah. So. It's just experience, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, and we don't want to be like cowboys because there's good people in the industry like yourselves. And it's Scotland as well. In Stirling, there's loads of decent companies, and like I say, we don't want to have that bad reputation of going in and doing it with one van. Like, that's an any van job, you know.
It is an any van job, yeah. But you've learned a lot. Like that one, for that to happen so early, it's probably a blessing because you've learned straight away, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's a really good learning curve for you and your... So how old are the other two?
So Dean's actually, he's just about to turn 25, and Jordan's 33.
33.
Yeah.
And how do you know Jordan?
So I didn't know Jordan. It was Dean, who was a friend from school.
Okay.
And he was in Australia with me originally. And he's got quite a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't drink and whatever, so he's got a good head on his shoulders. And his brother-in-law is Jordan, so the other business partner. So I said to Dean, well, Dean had said to me about a year ago, Jordan would be quite keen to start something with me and you, like on the side of his business.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, right away, I've got 2 guys in. It's quite hard, especially to get 2 people that want to do the same thing. Removals as well, you know. So it's quite a grueling job. And that, I just said to Dean, would he still fancy something? That was when I was in Australia, and it was a FaceTime, and that's when I first met him. Yeah. And then I met him in person for the first time in April this year, and we just hit it off right away.
Amazing, mate.
So when did you decide to make the purchase for your new van?
So that was at the end of June this year. So the 29th of June, we bought our first van. £4,000, and that was a daily Iveco, and we've still got it now, like I say, and yeah, it's been brilliant for us.
Who did you buy that off?
It was Rob Hindmarsh, Narsborough Movers. up
Okay,
in
yeah, he's
Yorkshire.
I move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give him a shout out. I knew that obviously off air, but yeah, give Rob a shout out. He's a legend.
No, he is a legend. He's been brilliant for us. We couldn't do it without him. Like starting up, especially, just so many pointers. And we were all about taking advice off people at the start. We dropped our ego, and I think that's our biggest investment as a business. Probably, it's not a financial investment, but just speaking to people. Just picking up the phone and saying, "This is our situation." And honestly, the knowledge he's got is incredible. Like, he knows absolutely everything and more about removals. So that's helped us. And he phones me most days still. He's taking me right under his wing, which is nice.
He'd be watching this then.
Yeah.
No, he will be. He will be. He was looking forward to me coming on.
Was he?
Yeah.
To be fair, we talked on the last poddy that like ignorance state, because you don't know, you don't know what you don't know, and people like Warren, people like Tommy and Rob Hindmarsh, like the great value for like youngsters, new and amateur removal men like yourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
How much did you quote for that job?
The first job, so
That's what I want to know.
it was £780.
Oh, you went in pretty high then, really.
It was £780, but honestly, you could have tripled that and more, and it still probably wouldn't have justified it with the work involved, because it was a full packing. There was just the three of us one day, just full packing service, full load, everything.
Oh, you did the pack on the same day as
Same
well?
day, yeah, because we didn't know anything about the whole packing service and whatever, which obviously we now do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a real eye opener. But to be fair, brilliant customers. They understood it, and like you say, you've got to learn. You've got to learn somewhere. So
A little tip for you and anybody else who's watching. When it comes to quoting a job with a packing service, and you don't want to be intrusive and look through every single cupboard, just ask the customer when you're in the kitchen. This is something I've always done. Ask the customer, please, can you open the cupboard you would consider the worst? Mm-hmm. They'll open that cupboard. If everything's falling out, that's how they live.
yeah,
Every cupboard's the same.
yeah,
If that's neat, that's how they live. Do you know what I mean? So I can gauge a whole house from one cupboard.
yeah. It's a good way to
You
put
know
it.
what I mean? That's exactly how I do it,
Yeah,
honestly.
Rather than
Nice
like looking in
little
every cupboard. Like,
If you look in every cupboard, it's intrusive.
Yeah, it
and
is,
You're
it
probably
is.
not retaining it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, if it's a messy cupboard, then yeah, that's
That's how they live their
how
life.
they live as a family.
Yeah,
And
no, that's a
every
good-
wardrobe, every cupboard's going to be the same.
Yeah.
so how many vans have you got now?
So we've got 4. So we've just
4 in 6 months.
Yeah, so 4 in 6 months. I know people say it's quite astronomical, but like I say, just pure hard work. Just we went from 1, and then we bought a 19-plate tail lift 2 months ago down in Wigan. So that's been a brilliant van as well. Ex-hire van. It was very well looked after. It'd only done like 80 something thousand miles.
Yeah.
So we bought that. We've got another van, which is a little Peugeot expert. It's a Peugeot partner, the little survey van. So I'll go and do the quotes, and we'll use that for packing jobs and stuff as well.
Nice.
And then we've just bought another one from the same company, which is another tail lift Citroen Relay. So, and they're brilliant vans, every one of them. So we use them most days, and quite a lot. Now we've got two jobs on the same day, so we can sort of split and maybe add the odd hire van in here or there. But I've always said from the start, I get embarrassed when I see a hire van, and there's obviously no shame in it, but just me as a person, I want to have my own
Your own branding,
my own
and
branding,
stuff,
my own fleet. Every time I see the Rapid Removal Scotland on the side of the van, I see Callum Hutchinson, Jordan Gilliard and Dean Ritchie. Like, that's our baby. So I don't like seeing, I don't like Enterprise anyway, I wouldn't rent from them, but like your smaller businesses, even then, it's promoting their business so you can kind of understand it, but it's not your own.
Of course, yeah. And the vans they're a big advertising board, aren't they?
100%.
For your own business. Do you know what I mean? When you park outside a neighbour's house, like your neighbour looks, and that's how it snowballs, isn't it? Yeah.
Extra work, isn't it? So what's the dynamic? What's the dynamic? So 33% each, I imagine.
Yeah, 33% each across the board with me, Dean and Jordan.
And do you do the quotes? Dean does the moves?
Yeah, so
Or do you all do a bit of...
we all kind of, like, that's the thing as well at the start. We weren't too clued up on everything, so we try and expose each other to different things that we're not as comfortable with.
Yeah.
So like, I'll go out, Jordan's brilliant with the behind the scenes stuff, and like he does the iMove, which he loves, like I say. He does the website, the SEO, replies to reviews, all of this stuff, and he's brilliant at that. But there'll be times when I'm on holiday or he's on holiday and whatever, and it's nice that like we're trying to get up to speed with things. So he comes to do surveys with me now, because that's where I started and I've built that sort of experience up. So I feel comfortable doing that, but he doesn't. So we've been going and doing that a wee bit more.
Yeah.
And Dean as well. So we kind of take it in turns, and then Dean will be out, like I say, relentless with estate agents and things like
networking.
Yeah,
right,
networking. Yeah, he goes to quite a lot of networking events in
does
the
he?
morning and stuff. So just meeting people and putting us out there, because Dean won't mind me saying this. Before this, he was playing professional football growing up. He played for Heart of Midlothian in Scotland.
Yeah.
Massive football team.
Doing well now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Hearts,
and that's all he ever knew. So
Yeah.
like he'd been on the bench in the SPL, and it coming out of that kind of killed him a bit. And he went part-time football.
Yeah.
And he went over to Australia to try it, and he'd never really had like a job or like a focus outside of football.
Yeah.
So coming into this, he was a bit all over the place. He's like, you'll need to guide me, sort of thing. But right away, like I said, he doesn't drink. He's got all the right things going for him. So
He's got that competitive mentality
yeah,
there,
yeah.
hasn't he? Yeah. So
and it's a fresh canvas to
Yeah.
work with. So he's not got any bad habits or anything. And just right from the start, he was like, he's so disciplined. He wakes up at the same time every day.
Yeah.
Goes to bed at the same time every day. Sometimes it drives me mad when I want to go out with him or something at the weekend. But he's no, he is brilliant for that. And every day he's like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to achieve. And he goes out and does it. And Jordan does it online, and then I do it with the customers. So
I love that. Yeah, it's a great dynamic, because in a way, like, you're working on the business a lot there. You know what I mean? You know, when people normally they start their removal company, they're on the vans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing else is being worked. You know what I mean? Until they go to it when they get home, and they do a couple of hours. Where your dynamic is, you got two people there. One's a tech guy, and one's out there networking.
Yeah.
You don't really get that at the start, do you?
No.
You know what I mean? And I think that's probably the reason why you've grown so quickly.
And I move, obviously.
in fairness, though, like I say, it was Rob that put me on to you, iMove, and I was like, iMove, what do you mean iMove? And he was like, just do it. It's the best thing you'll ever do. And we did, and just, I don't know, when customers see that, they see a different side to your business.
Yeah.
They see that like the professionalism just come through right away. And I've like at the start when you onboarded us, I was sending emails to my friends and stuff through it just to make sure, see what their opinions were, and they were like, no, it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
And I was comparing it to what we would do, and they were like, no, like no brainer. It comes through, it's so user friendly, accept, decline, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like put your insurances in and whatever.
Yeah.
And it does what it says, does what you said to me that it was intended to do. That's why you set it up. So I think that's, the lads love it, and see the older generation in removals. They might not be as tech savvy, but you don't need to be tech savvy
No,
to
you
use
don't.
it.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we tried to simplify it.
Yeah.
Because the older generation.
But Rob, before I moved, he was printing and posting, wasn't he? So one customer's probably waiting 2 or 3 days for a quote.
And they might have already accepted by the time with another company. So yeah.
And companies still do it to this day, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, we was at the move. Did you go to the removers and storage show?
No.
Did you get down there?
No, I seen that though the other week. I seen that. I was speaking to the boy at Move Assured, John. He was down there.
Yeah. So I spoke to a remover company, and he still does checks. And I was like, I was literally like, I love it. Do you know what I mean? Because if you still do checks, you still do checks. But I mean, it's Bitcoin and that these days.
Yeah, no, I know.
But yeah, it's just like moving with the times in it, and I suppose you were like advocate for that. You know what I mean? Being so young.
Yeah, 100%. And see, when I come out of a survey and it's fresh on my mind, I just want to go right on iMove and put in the quote and send it across, because
away.
you've built up that relationship with them in the house, and they're liking you, you're liking them. And you'll go into your car, you'll send it, and they'll be like, oh, I really liked him, I'll accept. And you give it a few hours, they might start thinking, who else can I contact for another quote?
Yeah.
So that's the way I've always seen it, and that's why I do like it. And it's coming from there, it looks so professional, you know what I mean, for a new company as well.
Yeah.
Just having that professionalism from the off was massive for us.
Because when you're doing that survey, you're building that rapport, and they're becoming hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
And then if you send that quote straight away, then you've got. I mean, as you say, if you wait, so we always recommend, don't we, sending the quote as quick as you can.
Yeah.
And that's the best.
Within a couple of hours.
Yeah, within a couple of hours.
That'd be amazing. Do you use it on your phone then?
I use it on my phone. Jordan uses it on the iPad and the laptop. He said he prefers to use it on the iPad, laptop. I'm more of a phone guy, so again, I'll just do the quotes on my phone right after. But for some of the other stuff, he'll delve into that in his own time. So no,
it's good that it works on everything, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's user friendly for everything. I didn't even know you could get it on your phone at first. Like, I knew you could obviously go on Google, but I didn't know how user friendly it was. But everything's still there, so you can see how much time you've put into it.
Yeah, no, it's going well, mate. So, like new what don't you like about removals coming in? I know you've only been in there a short amount of time, but
Solicitors.
yeah, the key weights and stuff
Keyway,
like
aye,
that.
that's horrible. So the lads are on a move today, and that's fallen through about 4 or 5 times, and the solicitor keeps saying it'll happen, and you're obviously having to charge the customer to go back, and you doesn't feel right, but you've got to do it. Do you know what I mean? Because the solicitor keeps saying you'll move next week, you'll move next week, you'll move next week, and we're obviously trying to get things into place, and we're putting back other jobs and stuff, and then we're having to add extra onto their bill, and they're fine with it. The customer's absolutely fine with it, but it's a shame they're having to pay. It's expensive enough when you're moving.
Yeah.
Do you ask for a deposit?
Yeah, so we're at deposit still. We've been debating that going into the new year. A lot of companies are full payment up front or deposit. We're deposit. We started very low. We started with 10%, which obviously wasn't sustainable for us. I'm not sure. What do you guys do? Use
25%.
25%.
Yeah, that's just to hold a date with us.
Right.
It can be moved as long as you don't cancel within 7 days.
Right. Okay.
And then full payment before the move.
Full payment before.
Yeah, that's something I didn't bring in. That's about 3-4 years ago. I've been going for almost 13 years now.
Yeah.
So it's a long time before I brought that in.
Yeah.
And when I did it, I was obviously nervous. People aren't going to want to pay before the move. It's one of those kind of things. I honestly wish I'd have done it from the start.
I've got an example because I used to film weddings.
Right, okay.
So I used to film weddings, and I used to take payment when I delivered the film, and it used to take me ages to edit the wedding, and then like I used to speak to the photographers, and I was like, "What? You take it after 8 weeks after?" It was like, we take it 3 months before, or even sometimes when you do the initial a year before. And then I started doing it, and I was like, you like worried? Do you know what I mean? And I started doing it, and then it was just the standard, but I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But it actually was. I weren't as motivated to, you know what I mean? Because I've already been paid. I actually wasn't as motivated, but it's just a little story.
But ours is the day before, you know.
Yeah, you're the day before.
Hours, yeah.
Yeah, so we started with 10% and then full payment, full balance the day of the move once you're happy, because we sort of spoke at the start and it's like it didn't feel right taking money off people when you've not actually done it. And I think it's just obviously the whole startup thing, but we said transitioning into January we're going to go up towards the 20, probably 25% mark, and then the payment the day before. We know a lot of companies that do that. We know a lot of companies that take full payment when booking. And we've just spoken about it that much. We think you just get a bit more kickback from that, a bit more reluctance to...
Maybe just... Because it's a USP, isn't it? You know, you pay us after the move, make sure you're happy. You know, that's great. It really is. As you start to grow the business, you're going to get people who aren't going to pay.
Yeah,
it's the unfortunate thing that you think will never happen because everyone's nice and we're going to give them the best service they've ever had. People won't pay.
And you got to remember, they're moving. It's like one of the stressful times in your life. They want things sorting. You know what I mean? And if you ask for payment there, like before, most people don't mind because they want to get it off their plate. To be honest, you know what I mean. That's how I looked at it.
We're worried as businesses to ask money before we've provided the service. Yeah. They're actually more worried that we're going to turn up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's two different worries there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to invoice on the day of the move, and then they'd get 7 days to pay, and I got bitten in the ass 20 times before I even changed.
Really?
Thousands of pounds lost.
Yeah.
Because if they owe 500 quid, all of a sudden, you've scratched my table, and that cost £500. And in the end, you just be like, keep it, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I'd have done it sooner than I did. But what I think you should probably do to start with, I know you're thinking about changing your ways. Yeah. But to say payment on the day of the move.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then it's a bit like, at least we're getting the service.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, because at the moment you're building a reputation as well.
Yeah, 100%. And you've got 825 5-star Google reviews, you know what I mean? And we've got 50 odds. So it's like, we're at a complete different end of the spectrum just now. Although we'll build ourselves up to be that, it's like, you can do too much too soon, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So, you do want to bend over backwards for your customers, 100%. But you have got your own lives to live. You've got running costs of a business. You know, you don't want to be losing money left, right, and centre. Yeah. And there's only so many times you can get bitten in the ass before you do change your ways. Yeah. And I got bitten way too many times before I thought, let's change. And
how would you cope then when you were obviously much smaller than you are now, if it got to a few days before and a customer would cancel for that date? Back then, because
my staff members used to be self-employed, and I could literally, it sounds bad, but I could literally pick them up or drop them at any point. So I just have to take the hit. If we'd get a cancellation, I'd take the hit, or try and squeeze something in, or maybe just if I've got a staff member that short of money, just look after him and I'll take the hit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
So how many staff have you got now then? How many?
So there's obviously me, Dean and Jordan, but other than that, staff-wise, we've got a young lad called Luke. He's 17, and we've got another lad called Thomas, or Tam as we call him. He's 41. He's experienced in removals. So,
okay, that's good on to have, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's good. We've got a young lad that's fresh, no bad habits again. So his work ethic's great, and I know him through his dad. So brilliant lad, turns up when needed, and he was saying to us, it's either this or Subway or McDonald's, and he was like, out of all my friends, like, they're all jealous of me. So that was quite a nice feeling, and he's saving up for his driving test. So you're making like significant steps to help someone in their life, and that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And then Thomas as well, 41, he came from another local removal company. He wasn't enjoying it much there. Then he came and and now he actually manages my football team.
Does he? Yeah,
we've got quite a good personal relationship as well. So.
How's your football team doing?
Yeah, good. We started the season quite poorly, towards the bottom end of the league, and now we're heading up, so mid-table.
Obviously, you guys sponsor them, yeah?
We sponsor them.
Yeah, love that.
Front of the shirt. By the time this gets released, we'll probably be back bottom again.
Yeah, we had a football team for 10 years. Like we ran it, like all our mates, and Warren's Removals was the sponsor at the start, and then we was awful, you know what I mean? And then we ended up winning the treble two years in a row. And we had an open top bus tour. No one obviously turned up, but we just did it for banter. Do you know what I mean? We had eat, sleep, travel, repeat. It was when Celtic had that banner on there, and we had that all around Worcester, and like one was in the paper and stuff. So we did all right every day.
I was actually speaking about this the other day to Matt from Stockport Removals, and he said, "Have you ever sponsored a football team?" I was like, "Mate, look at this. We won the treble, and we organised an open top bus parade for 2 hours.
Like no one was there. It was just like for the banter.
Just to laugh. Yeah,
but it was great. It was great, and you can get staff and stuff from like you know what I mean. It's a good recruitment tool in a way, isn't it? Some
so
are
this
good, some are bad.
17-year-old, does he live at home with his parents?
Lives at home with his dad, so he just lives at home.
Yeah, those staff are honestly perfect because they're not desperate for the work, because they're probably not paying any rent.
Yeah.
They're living very minimal living costs. So if you do have a busy week, they're buzzing because they're earning a lot of money. But if you're quiet, they don't really care. I play on my PlayStation.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%. That's the way he looks at it.
Yeah.
So we done a long move. It was 2 weeks ago now. And this is quite a funny story because we moved a guy down from Scotland to West Sussex, and it was quite a big move. And then 2 weeks later, he phoned and said, "I'm homesick. I'm coming home. Could you bring me back?" So 2 weeks. And I was like, right, wow, okay. So we brought him back up. Anyway, long story short, we took Luke down with us, and he done the foot. He smashed it out the park. Loved it. And the next day, woke up. He's like, "I'll need a few days to recover here. I've got bruises all down my arm." And like, we were obviously going light with him. Like I say, I know his dad, so I don't want to overdo him and stuff. I'd never do that anyway. But we try and take care of the heavier lifting and stuff, and just try and teach him the ways. And he was done after that. So we're easing him in slowly. We're giving him more and more shifts every week. So.
Yeah, you throw 5-6 days at a young lad, they can't handle it, can they?
No, so.
I mean, I remember when I had a few shifts for Warren's Removals, I was like, I forget that. I'll help you out, bro, but that's about it, do you know what I mean?
When you're in the trenches.
It's a battle. It is.
It definitely is,
But once you're in it, mate, honestly, you'll be in it forever now. You get married to it.
100%. I feel like I'm definitely on that way. On my way to proposing. So loving it, absolutely loving the journey.
Yeah, good.
I think you'll be a big name. I think, by the dynamic of the relationship. How long you been going now? So
we incorporated ourselves into company's house in April, bought our first van in June. So the planning basically started March, April time. Okay. We wanted to get everything sorted officially.
I love that.
Wanted to have a real go at it, and then like I say, van end of June. So not long at all. So it's weird when you look at the start of the year in New Zealand, sunbathing, and then finishing the year. And then Warren's Removals on a podcast talking about it. But it's I
don't know, bro. You sure you made the right decision? New Zealand sounds good.
It was good, but this is better.
And I think that's the thing. When you go travel, you can only travel for so long. It is good, but you need you need a bit of drive, you need a bit of progression. I always feel to like enjoy life as well. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're just doing that, then traveling becomes a norm.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
No, 100%. Yeah, and you get stuck in that routine.
You do, yeah.
And I felt like I was starting to take it for granted.
Yeah.
But like, see, I love holidays. I love my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right, I love going on holidays. I'm going to Netherlands next Wednesday. Just love the little breaks, just to get away from the madness when you're working. But my dopamine is working. Like, I love just getting up in the morning and going and working, speaking to customers, going home absolutely knackered. To me, that's like what I want to do. And that's my drive.
Yeah.
And traveling serves its purpose, and you meet so many good people and good ideas from it. But it's not sustainable for me.
Yeah,
I want to get back and do something.
When it's in your blood, I'm a self-confessed workaholic, so is Rob.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes our family suffers because of our personalities and the way it is. But I enjoy work. Like, I actually enjoy it. You know what I mean?
We enjoy it, and that's it. And then when you enjoy it, it's not really disciplining. It's because you just enjoy it. I mean, people say like you're disciplined. It's like, nah, I just enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It's like literally, it's easy. It's not discipline. It's easy because I just enjoy it. It's like working out, and some people enjoy it. Some people have to like go to work out. And it's discipline for them to work out. Whereas me, it's discipline not to work out. You know what I mean? In the gym.
Yeah.
Don't you find that? Don't you think that?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from.
But that's
no, 100%. I'm the exact same. Like, I've got lads that play in the same football team as me, and we're the closest changing room ever. It's like brotherhood. But some of them turn up and they're like, I can't be bothered with this, and it's like, well, you don't need to be here. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, great football players as well, but they'd rather be out doing other things with their weekends. So it's the exact same with work. Do you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy my work. I enjoy my football. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.
Who do you support?
Nottingham Forest.
Do you really?
Nice.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest.
You haven't got a Scottish team?
I'll tell you what, I've just come back from Dubai. And then I went in the lobby, and one of the first people I seen in there was the Nottingham Forest chairman.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He was in there. It was. I think because it was international break.
Yeah.
He must have just. But he was in there, and there's a few people were like going to him,
and
I just thought, no way, he's big lad, isn't he?
Big lad.
He's mental, isn't he?
He's crazy,
absolutely crazy.
I've seen him a few on the pitch with the managers and stuff. Him and Nuno when Nuno was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you like him or?
Did I like Nuno?
Nah, the chairman, yeah.
I do, and it's weird. I do, and it's going well. Like, he makes so many good decisions, but some of them, like,
that Nuno, he should never have got rid of Nuno.
His temper's a bit off. I don't know. He's the best we've had in recent times, but he's going to drive us somewhere crazy. We'll get success, but there's going to be it's like a roller coaster. We'll start going that way at some point with him in charge.
I remember now because I said I was going to get you involved in Gibbs move, wasn't I?
Yeah, Gibbs
That'll
right.
be coming soon. I don't know when, but they're definitely moving.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Good old Morgan Gibbs.
So marketing, what do you do for that? Marketing your business?
So for marketing, we're quite big on for field marketing, we'll go out and we've got advertising trailers and things. So
advertising trailers.
So we want to get our name out there in the local area, not just online, because obviously you're dealing with a lot of different types of people, old people, young people.
Yeah.
So we've got like the advert trailers. We've just at our yard, we're getting this like a massive sign out the front. It's on one of the busiest roundabouts in the local area, but it's on the boy we're renting the yard from. It's on his side of the land. So we're putting that up, and like I say, just advertising trailers for that side of thing, and that gets us some decent moves. When we're not using all of the vans, we'll park them up in decent locations.
Okay,
so we're not parking them just at the yard.
Yeah.
We'll park them in decent public locations that we can trust as well.
Yeah.
And we get quite a lot of traction from that. So that's what we do for that side. And online, just like Facebook and Instagram, we're battering
social media.
We've got TikTok as well. I've seen your videos as well. We kind of try and follow a similar trend. Dean's quite big on the day in the life stuff. He wants us to get mic'd up on jobs and things, and
I think that's a good. I've seen a few removal companies now, and I think it's good because you can stay consistent with it. If you get your staff to like get in the mode of that, then it just becomes the norm. Do you know what I mean? And it's constant content. Because with content, you're always thinking about ideas, and ideas is one of the like. It can stop you. Do you know what I mean? It can be friction because you're thinking of the ideas. But if you've got a mic on you, you're just getting that routine. You're just going for the day to day, and you're just living it. And people follow people. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good way to go. Do you just film on your phone and just film?
Yeah, so we've got usually we use our phone for like pictures and stuff, but we've got Jordan's got a camera as well,
Okay,
so
yeah,
we
so
try
he
and get
does a
some more
bit, yeah.
professional stuff.
Yeah.
And we do loads of charity work, and not just because it looks good. We enjoy doing it.
Yeah,
Since I've been
fair
young,
play.
my mum's always taught me to be quite big on charities. She
Yeah.
came from nothing, and she's quite big on giving back. So
Yeah, I love that.
even like this Christmas, we're doing a big sleeping bag initiative in Glasgow where we go out and people donate sleeping bags to us at our storage unit. We go out and distribute them across the city. And then once a week, we do a free weekly food shop for someone in need. So if someone contacts the page that someone's struggling over the winter, we'll go out and deliver a week's worth of shopping to them just to help ease the
Okay, yeah.
pain. So things like that puts you in good public spotlight. But again, we do it because we enjoy it. But off the back of that, people see you're good people.
Good people, yeah.
And
without
people
a
want to
doubt,
work
yeah.
with good people. And I've always said people buy people,
Yeah.
especially in this industry. So
Yeah, you've always done a lot of charity work for Warrens, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. We do, yeah, and obviously the same reasons as you. I just prefer to do it, and it's a good thing to do, to be in a position to be able to do that kind of
100%,
stuff.
yeah.
But ultimately, it does put eyes onto you and your business. It helps, it does two things in a way.
100%.
Is Glasgow? What's Glasgow's homelessness like? Is it pretty bad?
yeah, it's
You ever been to Glasgow City Centre?
Once.
Walking
I was
Dead.
too drunk to notice anything.
Great night
Shacky
out.
Old Street, is it? Shacky Old Street?
Sucky Hall
Yeah,
Street,
yeah.
aye.
Is there a lot of homeless? Is there?
Lots of homeless, yeah. The deprivation levels are pretty high in Glasgow, but yeah, it's horrible to see because they're the nicest people you could
Yeah.
meet,
Yeah.
and you bump into them on the street. And I've been to places where they're begging and they're quite rude. They're like, "Give me your money, give me your money."
Yeah.
They'll say like, "Sit down and have a chat." Like they just want to speak to you. And
Yeah.
it's sad. So like, I know like for my mum, she makes food up and stuff, and she'll go out and deliver it to them, and she's quite good that way. And like if I'm there, I'll buy them a coffee when I'm in Glasgow, and I'll always give them some spare change. But sometimes you just feel helpless to their like
Yeah.
situation. So
Yeah.
the more you can do, obviously the better. But Glasgow's been brilliant recently for initiatives. There's a lot more food banks and open hostels and stuff. So there's things
Yeah.
coming into place, but it'll never be enough.
No, it's good, man. It's
The one thing that, sorry, Bob, the one thing that surprised me, and last year I got invited because we like sponsor and we help out the pantry. It's like a food thing that like sorts out the homeless food, and there's like the set time every day and evening.
Yeah.
All the homeless people go to this pantry and they collect their food.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me if I wanted to go there and volunteer and spend the night, handing out the food kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I knew it would be sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite an emotional person, and when I see that kind of stuff, it's obviously quite sad. But before, when on the setup, I was talking to them and I was asking, like, how many people have we got in Worcester that's homeless?
Yeah.
And the one thing that really fascinated me is that we look at homeless people as they haven't got anywhere to stay, where everybody in Worcester has got a place to stay.
Yeah.
But all of the homeless people we see on the streets are choosing to be on the streets.
Yeah.
They're accustomed to the streets.
Yeah.
When they actually could go to a hostel.
yeah.
There are places there, but
Okay.
for some reason they don't want to.
Yeah.
And that really blew my mind that there's people that
Yeah.
prefer to stay on the street.
Yeah, because you just think that they can't afford to
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
somewhere,
yeah.
but there's always a home.
There's always a room to go to.
There is, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't know that.
interesting.
It might be different in Glasgow because
Yeah.
of the population, but in Worcester,
Yeah.
say if there's 40 homeless people, there's going to be 40 rooms in a
Yeah.
hostel somewhere in Worcestershire.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes sense because if you're like running a city, say if you're the mayor of the city, the last thing you want is homeless people lying about your city because it just don't look good. So I suppose that's probably obviously there's a moral reason as well, but like that's probably why they put them up. And
Yeah.
do you know what I
But
mean?
it could be, there's probably some politics behind it. If you stay here, you're not allowed to do this and you have to comply to our rules and you've got to be in at this time. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's probably a little bit of that
Yeah.
where people just think, actually, I just want to get wrecked on the street and I'll
Oh,
just
of course
stay there.
there is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, to be honest, but it did blow my mind that.
Yeah.
good
No, it blew
little-
my mind as well. I did not know that.
Did you
No,
know?
neither do I.
Yeah, like I said, it might be completely
Yeah.
different in Glasgow because there might be way too many homeless people for rooms or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
Worcester, where we live, it's quite a small place
Small.
in comparison.
Yeah.
So you said you had storage. So you got
Yeah.
a storage site too, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got a unit?
Yeah, so it's like
Okay.
a roller shutter unit. So
Yeah.
it's not too big, to be fair. It's probably the size of two 20-foot containers, really.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we've got an office in the back and stuff. So it's quite good. It used to be a police station.
did it? Yeah.
So, and there's a builder in there now. He's converted it all into units. So there's like plumbers, electricians, and whatever. And we've got quite a big patch at the front. But for what we need just now, it's
Perfect.
absolutely brilliant. And he's got secured storage all around it. But like I say, we see that as temporary. We want to obviously in the next couple of years kick on and get something bigger and get our own internal crate storage and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's our plans. But for now, we've sort of sectioned that off into like mini containers, if you like mini crates.
Yeah.
So when we get quite a lot of things in storage, but we'll never peak that out just now at the way we're going. Like I say, we don't want to chew more than we can swallow. We've grown at quite a good rate for where we are. We don't want to start divulging into things that we can't actually.
Yeah, steady.
Yeah, so we're just trying to go at a steady rate, and I think we are. So for that, just now, that's all we need. And going into next year, when we analyse where we want to be and what the targets are, we'll probably look at other things. But yeah, that's for what we need just now. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
One step at a time. And do you know Adam Sinclair?
Yeah, I know Adam. Yeah, I've spoken to him. Spoken to him last week actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you got any storage with him? I suppose if you got any overflow, you can go there, couldn't you?
Yeah, so he offered us that last week actually when I was on the phone to him. His guy down there that he's got running it, Ross, yeah. He said if you've got any overflow, just come down to us. So, yeah, again, he's a big sort of name in central Scotland. Yeah. He's running a brilliant operation there, so fair play to him. Yeah. And every time we see his vans, we say to each other, that's where we want to be. Yeah. And he's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. Seems like a good guy.
We need to get him on the poddy, actually, don't we?
Yeah, I've asked. Yeah. He's been here a couple of times.
Has he?
Yeah.
Just looking around.
There was like some trade show or something in the area, and he popped in for a few hours. And it was a day I was filming a YouTube video, so I got him on the camera.
Apparently he's a big lad.
I speak to him quite often, and he's just bought a farm.
Yeah,
he's in that.
Yeah, no, he's
storage for storage.
No,
okay,
he's got
different
like sheep and goats and stuff.
Okay,
he's enjoying it. Good tax write off. The sheep and the cattle. But no, I've seen that. Someone told me I know quite a few lads that work for him that I know from school. I see them out at the weekend and stuff and get chatting and I know like his volume's crazy just now. So and he loves buying out local companies as well. Like he's got quite a few in the local area. I think he's bought 5 now. So
so he's bought removal companies.
Yeah, so he buys them and he keeps them as they are basically. So he doesn't bring them into his and integrate them into one. He keeps them as with their current names and whatever. So he buys them, keeps them as they are, and because he's a big believer. If somebody's moved with that company, they want to move again. So he keeps that existing client base. He's just obviously then reaping the rewards of it. Yeah. So he's a big believer on that. So hopefully it doesn't come for us. Yeah. Because I don't fancy giving it up.
No.
Yeah. Well, he joined iMove, didn't they? Joined iMove. Was it last year?
Yeah, Sterling Sinclair, probably I don't know, a year ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I lose track of time. But But yeah, he's bought a Britannia, hasn't he? He's bought a Britannia branch. I really like Adam. I think he's really switched on. He's a good family man. You know, he's a good guy for the industry. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's watching this.
Yeah.
Do you take part in any, like, are you with any approved movers or move assured or AIM or BAR or anything like that?
Yeah, so we want to join BAR next year. But for now we're move assured. We've just onboarded on move assured with John Sargent. So great guy again, so much knowledge for the industry, and he's helped us a lot. So just recently we've onboarded onto that, and again that was a big thing for us starting. You need that sort of credibility, having these badges at the bottom of your website, and we've been out to a few quotes where clients have said, "What trade union are you part of?" And at the start we were like, "Trade union." But very quickly we realised that's quite important, and like I say, John's been brilliant, and Rob actually helped us with that as well. Rob at Knaresborough.
Yeah, John Sargent, absolute legend. I used to reach out to him 12, 13 years ago when I started. Yeah, he was one of the only people that would like comment on stuff that I'd post. So then it would go from that to inbox. So I'd be messaging him and I'd ask him all these intrusive questions, and he'd always just give me the answers. Yeah. So, a lot of enthusiasm for life, John. Yeah. Just he loves the industry and he knows it, like I say, inside out. So, from the start, the more people like that we can get on board, the better. Yeah.
Without a doubt, yeah.
He's a legend.
What advice have you got was to Callum?
No, more question actually. So, when I first started, I wanted to hit the moon, and I kind of still got that mindset kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But my personality then is a little bit different to now. I've got 2 kids, so, I've matured as a businessman kind of thing. And there is a level where I think I'm happy at. Do you know what I mean? What is, because there's 3 of you, what conversations are you having there? Do you want to take over Scotland?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, reaching the moon.
Yeah, no, we're very ambitious, and that's always been in my blood to be ambitious. And we've had this conversation since the start. Even after that first move that didn't go well.
Yeah.
Obviously, just going from strength to strength. We believe we can take over that market up north. Like 100%. There's a lot of people in removals, but like I said to you before the podcast, very few can do it very well. And there's quite a lot of older dogs in it up north, and we're trying to make a spin on that with fresh ideas and like the marketing, the TikTok, aimed at the younger generation. And we just want to take it one step at a time. Obviously, we're not unrealistic. We don't think we're going to take over by 2030 or whatever. It's a big plan, which we've not actually sat down and discussed yet. But we know our limits, and from what we've done so far this year, like the last 3 months, we've been fully booked every single day. So that was a great feeling. And going into it, we said by the end of the year we'll build ourselves up. We'll have 1 van. We'll do 2 or 3 moves a week. And then now you've got 2 teams out most days, and it's just going from strength to strength. So we're just going to keep trying to propel that.
Yeah.
So
good, man. And I take my hat off to people like you. I was 28 when I started, but there's a big thing at the moment, and I hear it quite a lot, that because of the way we're phone based and we're the new age of kids are bedroom warriors, I suppose, we're losing entrepreneurs. We are. It's a fact. There's not enough people that getting out there starting businesses and getting their hands dirty. 100%. So as a youngster, I want to just say well done, because we are actually losing people like you.
And you hear that all the time as well. We do moves for loads of clients, and they say, like, we'll get nice tips off people, and they'll be like, that's just for doing it. There's so few that want to do this nowadays and work, and they've got kids of their own, and some of them get upset. They're like, how do I teach my kid to want to go out and work? And it's a whole TikTok thing, like you say, and people are just lounging about, and like, I know they don't feel good about it, but they just get stuck in that routine of open TikTok, close TikTok, sleep, So
it's the fast scroll, isn't it? It just takes your attention away from. I'm very bad at. I never watch short form content. I never ever do.
Do you know?
Yeah. Never. I never flick through and watch shorts.
But to be honest, whenever you do, it's always like knowledge based, isn't it?
Yeah. I only go on social media really to either to post or to educate. Do you know what I mean? But like I love YouTube. I love educating on YouTube. 100%. Podcasts is a great one while you're driving. Listen to podcasts. Is there anyone you listen to at the minute?
No, I was listening to Stephen Bartlett a little bit not so long ago, so I liked him. His Diary of a CEO, I'm sure it's called. So that was quite, I liked that. I was getting pretty deep in that. I've enjoyed yours as well. I think I've listened to just about all of them.
Have you?
So you do a great job on this.
Was that because you was coming on?
Well, today I listened to one on the way down actually, and I was like, I wonder what sort of questions they're going to ask me. But no, Jordan as well. He loves your podcast. Listens to it.
Get him in as 2.0. They'll get a company update in 2027, can't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we do like this kind of, scene that we've got. We've built this room. We put a lot of effort into this. So people watching it and enjoying it means a lot, doesn't it, Rob?
Yeah. And a comment every now and again makes us gives us a little boost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, on the old. Yeah, it's good. We enjoy meeting our clients. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meeting, being open and honest with our clients. They can see us.
Yeah.
We get to see how they're using the system, and it's a good like way of doing that as well. And it gives us consistent like content, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
And it's good for you guys being a young company. What was quite good before is you said that a bit of your marketing is trailers. And posters. It's like you're not just 100% new age. You're thinking about the old-fashioned stuff as well.
Yeah,
and that stuff still works, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. We try and hit it at all angles, like I say. So the more the better. You can never do enough marketing.
Yeah.
So just an advertising trailer on the end of a field, asking a farmer or whatever. Like just Stirling's a pretty small place. Everybody kind of knows everybody.
Yeah.
And just going and having a conversation and putting yourself out there. And we've got our leaflets in just about every single shop in Stirling, so
Stuff
like that, and it's been brilliant for us,
Yeah.
like that side of things and the sign posting and whatever, and having that come on into the new yard's it's gonna basically pay the rent for us for the yard. You get one move, it pays for it. So and the volume of traffic that goes past like that roundabout, it's
How much you paying for the yard?
so for that small yard, we actually got a very good deal on it. We got for the one room, it's £300 a month, which is peanuts for what we use it for.
Yeah, it's good.
And
Real good.
yeah, like I say, we've got full setup in there. We've got the room in the back with the desk and the computer, the mini fridge.
All that for £300 a month.
He's got quite a few.
That is mental.
Yeah.
It's different up north though to down here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
so
prices, yeah.
just I think it's because they're big units and he's got plumbers in them and things.
Okay,
and
yeah.
they're not even half full.
Yeah.
So he's charging them that, and then he's charging us the same. We're getting the full use out of it.
Yeah.
And then he said to us, if that's too small, we can move you over to a bigger one. He's got quite a few in surrounding areas. So yeah, like I say, baby steps for us. And when it came up at that price, we were like, why not? It's a bargain,
Good on you.
So
Have you got any questions that you want to ask me or us? iMove related. Thanks for joining, by the way. It means a lot, the support.
Yeah, no worries at all. So in terms of iMove, that's pretty recent, isn't it? Since you started that.
Yeah.
So we've been building it 3-4 years.
I've lost track of time.
Yeah,
I think
I don't
it's
know,
4
yeah.
years now, over 4 years.
Yeah, and 3 years we kind of released, 3 or 4 years. And then we've just been, as you say, we just developed it to what the people want.
Yeah.
And that's how, 3 years ago, I'd say, to answer your question, yeah.
And is it a case of, obviously, you say what the customer wants, is that your sole focus with it, or do you just have your own ideas of this is what we should do?
Yeah, so I think originally we built it kind of based on Warren's removals, didn't we? And then we've quickly realised that everyone isn't Warren's removals, so we had to change a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we changed a lot, and then we just kept listening to feedback, developing. What because sometimes you get like red herring ideas, or you get good ideas, and then the more subscribers we got, the more we could collect data on what was actually good for the industry. And then like I've obviously used like marketing softwares in the past, so we're integrating a bit of that now. So we've concentrated on removals for pretty much 4 years.
Yeah.
And now we're hammering the storage. So that's when you'll see the storage section. So we're going to have an integrated map, so you can hover over your clients, and then you're going to be able to build your own forms that can go on your websites, pro rata, the stuff that once you grow your storage facility that you'll need. And that our clients have told us you'll need. So it's them really building it. And next year we got email marketing, estate agent referrals, so you'll be able to see commission, what you're gaining off estate agents, and then we've obviously still got the social media planner where you can plan your social media. And we're just going to keep growing the removals section, just from whatever the list. We just listen to listeners really, and a lot of since the removers and storage show, a lot of bigger companies are joining iMove now. Do you know what I mean? So we listen to their feedback and giving them features what they want. So we kind of like cover that broad spectrum. With the biggest thing for us now is to try and keep it simple, because the more you add to it, the more complicated it gets. But we want people to join iMove seamlessly. So when you join iMove, it's easy, it's quick and easy. We don't want people to look at iMove and be daunted by the stature of it.
You guys picked it up really quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, very quickly. Just having like Jordan there as well. He loved that. As soon as I mentioned it, he was like, "Let's get a meeting with this guy." He loved it, and he's always on his laptop. He's a workaholic. He goes home, and I think his missus must scream at him because he's always got his laptop open. But that's what we said as well. That's why it works so well, because like the older generation especially, they don't like change. Nobody likes change.
No.
People like simplicity and just having something that's there for you. And the more you change something, the more you start to lose the attention of people. So I think you have nailed that on in that aspect. So
what was the onboarding process with Warren like?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was we were talking about Nottingham Forest for a wee while, weren't we? The Morgan Gibbs White situation, but no, it was brilliant. We were speaking like friends on it. Like that's the thing with you, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here. It's like you feel like I felt like I knew you before I actually went on to that meeting. So that was nice. It was we looked up to you as a person. I still do, and as a business owner, this is everything we want to be. But you were just on a level with us, and you can see his true colours for it, you know. So it was just like meeting a mate and just speaking about a system and how it can help. It wasn't any ego or any patronising comments or anything.
Yeah, no, we don't. We like to. We like, especially while we just like to be open and honest. And I think when you're open and honest, you can't be like tripped up. Do you know what I mean? Because the situation is the situation, and as a business, that's why we've got like the WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp community, because any issues or problems they tell us so we can fix them.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, people are just thinking that. You know what I mean? In the background, we want people to tell us.
Ultimately, I always stick to my word. I'm a removals man.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah.
I can speak to you from a removals man level.
Yeah.
You know, I know where you want to get to. I know where you're trying to get to. And I know what you need from a systems perspective as well. So it's really easy for me onboarding people.
Yeah, and you enjoy it as well, don't you?
I love it. Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
He's always buzzing
nervous.
when he comes off a Zoom. Like,
I'm always nervous because you don't actually know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have had some real hard Zoom calls where I've been like, I've had 6 people, all log in, 6 people, and I'm having to bloody do a big presentation. There's been some difficult Zooms, so there's always a little bit of nerves, but I think I thrive off that.
Yeah.
I think I remember you talking to me about when these guys joined. That like the 3 lads were and he was buzzing. He was like, I got on really well with them.
Yeah. Like I say, I think we just told you about our enthusiasm, and you grasped it right away. Yeah. And you said to me at the end, he was like, I think you'll do well. I think you'll do well in this. And at that point, I think we only still had the 1 band, so we've done a wee bit better since then. We don't get ahead of ourselves, and we're nowhere. Like I say, we're nowhere near where we want to be, but we're on the right path. And things like iMove obviously help, So all these little tools that can come together to help us be a better business and better people. We're all for it.
Yeah. What's your goals for 2026 then? Where do you want to be towards the end of the year?
2026, I think. But like I say, we've got 2 teams out quite a lot just now. More often than not, we do need to hire the odd van for each job. So to have our own fleet out on 2 jobs consistently every single day, obviously you have your peak seasons and whatever and your quieter seasons. But during those peak seasons, if we can have two teams out there and we can retain our staff, the good people that we've got, and we can add to that, maybe add another person to come in. And like I say, add another van or 2. That's probably
where you want to be.
Probably the ambition for next year, and we're just enjoying the journey. So as long as the lads are smiling,
love that.
And if I'm waking up and I'm still smiling, which I know I will be, and they are, and we're all looking after each other, that's all I really care about,
Yeah, the journey. It's all about the journey.
It's all about. Really you've got a quote somewhere, ain't you? Was about that that you always.
My quote in the back office is "Win or learn, never lose." So I always think that if you've had a bad day or whatever, learn from it.
100%.
Don't class it as a loss.
Yeah, 100%.
But the quote is, it's not about the destination. That's the one you're on about.
Yeah, not about the destination.
It's the journey.
Yeah, it is.
Because when you get there, the journey's finished, and that's all the fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all the fun. You're doing really well. It sounds like you've got an amazing little dynamic, you 3. And me and Rob, grateful that you've joined iMove. I'm excited to watch you keep growing.
Yeah, watch you keep growing,
It's really, again, sounds cheesy, but I flipping love youngsters making a good go at this.
Yeah, 100%.
I just think this industry is amazing. If you do it well, you can really, you can really shine, and I feel like you're going to do that.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. So where can people find you, mate? Where can people find you?
So our website is www.rapidremovalscotland.com, and that's pretty much the same across the board. Our TikTok's Rapid Removals Scotland, our Facebook again, Rapid Removals Scotland. So it's the same across the board. So yeah, it's quite.
What about England, bro?
We'll expand. So like I say, my family's East Midlands, so I've been telling them get ready, get looking at some yards. So.
Yeah, it's a good segue, isn't it?
100%. My brother, my big brother Matthew, he's in a camper van sales actually.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He's brilliant at speaking. He could speak all day. And he keeps saying, it's like, when you get him involved,
Oh, okay, so, for the next branch down.
Yeah,
down
no, we'd love to branch down here, but yeah, we're gonna conquer Scotland first.
Yeah, one step at a time, mate. And honestly, mate, I think big things are coming. to Rapid Removals Scotland, mate. And it's a pleasure to have you on.
No, thank you very much.
Some young blood in the industry, and we love it, don't we?
Just taking the day off from, a new
Yeah.
business you started just this year.
Yeah.
Driving 6 hours to see me and Rob.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot.
No, listen, it's a privilege for me to come on and speak with you. You've done a lot of things to help me within a minute. Every time I've messaged you, you've messaged back. And
Yeah.
Jordan appreciates it as well.
Yeah.
Jordan's texted you a few times about the IT side of things, and you've got back right away, and that goes a long way. And I stick to my word, you stick to your word, and I think that's how relationships are built, especially in this industry.
Yeah.
Love it, mate. Yeah.
Customer service, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you, buddy.
Cheers.
Legend.
Thank you.
Every lead, every job, every move, all in one place. iMove, the system that moves with you.